Okie and dokie. Hey there. Uh, I'm hoping I'm lit up enough on the small screen on the upper left. We'll see. Anyway, got a few second delay on the tablet. I'm looking down. Everything seems to be working all right. Okay, I'm gonna break away from the instruction series. The 3-day puppy drawing took a little bit out of me, so we're just gonna have a little bit of fun. Um, As you see, I got dug out one of the old pours here, and this was a crazy pour. Um, it was a conglomerate of colors and whatnot. I'm like, I didn't know what to do with it, and it looked rather ugly. I'm like, ugh. It had the proper spider webbing and the cells going through it and such. Um, but as I was looking at it, I'm like, what on earth can I do with this? And then I thought, well, some time ago I did do the Aurora Borealis. So I'm like, well, you know what? A simple mountain scene and some trees and maybe a little lake or whatever. I think I can do that. I think I can pull it off. So we'll have a little fun and we'll do the Aurora Borealis. As you see, we have a straight double window scene here. Windows are angled outward, partially open or whatnot. Um, so it's very simple forced perspective deal. All right, so it already provides ourselves some distance already because of the background. It's very simple to do a taped window scene like this. Get you some 1 inch tape or whatever, or half-inch tape, depending on the size of your board. Go by the corners, give it a nice little angle at each corner. Okay, one side of the tape towards the angle, each side. And then you just kind of eyeball it for the strips of tape for the frame. Okay, put one in here, make it real simple. Then when going straight across, believe it or not, to preserve the perspective, you just find the middle and you tape straight across. Okay, so your empty spaces are already in its proper perspective, and there you go. Okay, you can angle the 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 the, the angle of your windows is really up to you. You can have it a little leaner, a little wider. All right, definitely up to you. Once again, keep in mind of the size of the canvas of the board you're painting on, or the board is on. Okay, so everything else will be more or less a cakewalk. You just draw you just paint your scene in. Now, what I did do, because I know that all of this window will not be covered with paint, is that I took a white paint marker and I more or less traced the tape. Okay, so there'll be when I peel the tape off, whatever is not covered will be, I have to hand paint it for the rest of the frame and the window. Okay, It'll most likely be a brighter window because the painting is dark within itself. Okay. Hey, Fatima, how are you? I see that on my tablet. I don't know why this does it. Maybe I have to update the YouTube app, but I don't get the initial people coming in on this. I'll put it on live chat here. And I don't know why that is. It happens on my phone too. Maybe I have to update the app. All right, just delete the YouTube app and then reinstall it. And it gives you the most recent version. So I might have to do that with the phone and the tablet. Okay, I'm just looking at my little myriad of brushes to see what I'm going to do here. I guess I'll just take the thick one here, the 1 inch brush. It's a 1 inch synthetic brush. I'll put it here on the side. You see it? That's all I need. The colors down below are very simple. We got our titanium white, our green, whatever green it is. Let me tell you. Green deep purple permanent. Okay, whatever makes them happy. This is burnt umber, black, and cobalt blue. All right. All right. We'll be doing some mixing and whatever. Like I say, this is a fun painting, something to just for me to do and have a little fun with. It won't be as intricate and in depth as the instruction series. I'm just gonna have a fun time and try to get this going here. All right. Okay. Let's first take some black. We'll just pull this black out here. No glycerin or anything, just the black paint in itself. And what I'm gonna do first off, right off the jump, is I will kind of sketch out the lake a little bit here. Just like that. All right. So we know that we're gonna have color right in here. All right. But for the rest, going on here on the bottom, black it right out. We're gonna block all that out. Get rid of it. I don't need the rest of the pour down on the bottom for this. We already pretty much got our little lake scene, and we have enough of the other colors. And when you paint something like this, you just omit that you even have tape there. Make pretend that it's not there. Okay. So you'll paint a whole painting scene right over the tape. Doesn't matter. Okay. Does not matter. We'll be getting rid of a lot of this too. Okay. This won't be needed. We are going to. This is the important part, really. Is when I put it in my mountain, how much mountain do I want to show? Okay, basically. So I'll start around in here. Get that a little higher there. Come down a little bit and probably end it there. So typical mountain type of scene there. And now, once again, we're just gonna block all the rest. Block it all out. Get rid of it. Get rid of all of that. Because you're not gonna really see anything else. The rest of what you see is going to be represented by the sky. It already looks like it has stars in it. So you really, the painting, the pour does all the hard work for you. Okay. You're just going to color in the rest. Hey Mo, how are you? Just got down to your studio. All right. And for those of you who are wondering, the lady who does have the small dog, she did see the post last night. She was honored. She didn't think her dog would be chosen, but I did not know the backstory of the dog and the condition the dog was in. The dog has bone cancer, so it is bad. So they got a very strong feeling it will not last the rest of the month of February. So the dog is dying. Didn't know. So it was just kismet that I would actually paint the dog. But I knew in my instruction series that I was going to paint things that I don't normally paint in my series because they're pretty time consuming and subjects like that are you just can't do it in an hour or whatever. They're very time consuming, and and in the instruction series I will be instructing obviously and doing a lot of teacher stuff. Why is this like this? Why is this like that? And what have you. So the portrait of the dog was perfect because once again, it's something that's not really seen. You haven't seen me do it too many times, and it's been years since I've done an animal portrait. Really, I've posted some, or some will come across my wall in the memories, but really that's about it. Um, After that, you know, we're gonna let this black tack up, okay? And while we do that, I'm gonna look over here. I got my little notes here from the list off of Facebook and off of I had to go back when the chat came back into the when YouTube encodes the chat, re-encodes the chat. I'll see what people have written down for the subject for me to paint. And unless I already took it off, I don't see it yet. I don't see it. I'm looking here. Unless I already marked it off, and I may have. I knew I wanted to do an animal or a pet, a pet portrait. If no one would have sent me one, I would have done one of the new dog that I have, which is so similar to Bluto, except that she's much thinner. I mean, their coloration is the same, so I wouldn't have really taken much joy into doing it, other than the shape of her head is a little more slender. So, well, thank you, Fatima. I just don't do a lot of them. I can do them, and I suppose if I did more of them on a regular basis, they would even come out, really, really nice. I'm happy with the old pooch because apparently it resonated with a lot of people because I'm getting a lot of positive responses. But you know what? The owner of the dog was elated. She does not know that her best friend has bought it. Um, and she's not really a regular on YouTube. So I highly doubt she'll see this video. Um, so, it will be a very big surprise for her. Especially, if the dog passes away, but before she gets it. 'Cause, it takes a little while for it to get to Canada. So, you know, hey, Deidre, how are you? Good to see you. We're just going to do a simple mountain scene with a lake, and we may, we'll throw a tree in there or whatever. So we got the interpretation of the aurora borealis type of thing going on, and we got the lake here. All right, we'll put grasses or whatever. I'll put it here. Then we're gonna paint in we'll paint in the window frame, all that good stuff. Okay. So that's what we're aiming for today. All right. You don't necessarily have to see my face. I can. enlarge it. It's just kind of lengthwise anyway, so it would just appear much wider to fill up this area. And all you'll have is this box here, this one here go. So I may do that. All right. Once again, I'm just rambling on because, hey, Billy, I gotta wait for this stuff to dry. And you can see that it's still wet in spots up there. Okay. So, gotta wait for it to dry a bit before I move on. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I know we're in for a very, very, very deep freeze. Sonia only lives 4 hours south of me, so she's gonna take part of the freezing party also. But it's coming. Today it's in the 35 or something like that, and this is the only time it's gonna get this warm. All the rest of the weekend, man, I think we're gonna be at 7, and with the wind chill, because I think we're gonna get some 20 mile, 30 mile an hour winds somewhere around there. It's gonna be like -7, some craziness. But then we're gonna drop down to -15, -17, blah blah blah. Big Arctic front coming in from Canada. It's gonna come pay us a visit. Hey Chrissy, how you doing? How do you do? You tell Davey I say hello. Hope all is well. Yeah, I don't have it. I thought I had the pet. I don't. I can tell you guys what I do have, or what's coming down the pike in a few coming weeks or whatever. I got the Mountain K2, Reflections in Glass, A Natural Path in the Forest, Mist in the Woodlands, which could be included with the Natural Path. But I thought I did a Natural Path already. I don't think I did. Somebody wants another panda. I already know who wrote that in there. A Mountain Sunset with an Eagle. Reflections with stones and in shallow water. So it's nothing but a close-up of a creek bed. Sailboats, lighthouses, and beaches. So I already know what that's going to entail. Dirt road with trees. Now, the dirt road with trees and the mist in the woodlands can be combined. A ship in rough water can be combined with sailboats, lighthouses, and beaches if I wanted to do it in that way. I got a sunrise on a farm, still life with reflective surface. Okay. Someone wrote in more flowers. A surreal fantasy landscape. All right, that's going to be a landscape with a whole lot of pastel colors. I do remember vividly one painting I did do. It was nothing but pastels, nothing dark, all pastel colors, bright pastel colors. I remember doing that one. No, I'm not gonna paint no damn groundhog. A Chevy Chevelle. I already know. Larry, who wrote that one? Larry. A Western scene with horses. Larry. Bulls and wagons. Larry. California poppies. A cityscape at night. I got something interesting for the cityscape at night. Portrait or the human figure. I already know who wanted that one. And then a cityscape again at night. So I can erase one of those. So a couple of those are what's coming down. Well, eventually all of them, but you got a few that's coming down the pipe as far as that's concerned. I believe we got 6 more weeks of winter coming, so I think that means yeah, he did see a shadow this morning. Yeah, as you guys can see, some of the mountains starting to dull out here. It's just tacky. Okay, not totally dry, but it's tacky. But we got a wet spot over here, over here, over here, over here. Yeah. Okay. Uh, we're at 75 degrees here in the room, and that's only because I have this little heat fan going. Well, the only thing I can say about our weather up here, upstate, is that we've dodged quite a few bullets. It should have been a whole lot worse than what we have, so I'm not really going to complain. Um, I'm not really bothered by the cold, but when it gets to way below zero, like it's going to come for the next, God, 5 days, starting tomorrow, so it's going to be well into Wednesday. Um, yeah, I'm not really too happy with that, with the below zero stuff. But if I really don't have to go anywhere, I'm not really concerned about it. It's just the fact that I do, when it's down that low, I really do gotta start the cars. My truck, I'm not too worried about. Um, she doesn't take hers out very much. She hasn't started in the past few days. She did start it before I came on live. And as long as it kicks on, she's good to go. But I do got to get in her truck and drive it around the block or two, only a couple minutes, and then bring it back. The big fella I took out yesterday, so she's good to go. I'm trying to think that I have to. Yeah, I did have to take her out this morning. I warmed it up, took it out, and then brought it back. But hers has got to be taken out a little bit more, but she really doesn't drive it unless she absolutely has to, so it stays there for quite a bit. Hey, how you doing, Serenity? Oh, you know about it, don't you? Yeah, we're getting the big freeze. It's coming. Today's is like the only day we're gonna be at 35. I think tomorrow's gonna be 7. Something crazy. And we're gonna get a whole bunch of nightmares. I ran off the list of what's coming up for the instruction series. This is not part of the instruction series. I'm just running my mouth to get the paint to dry so we can proceed on. This is going to be relatively simple, not really too bad. It's just another window frame painting. Um, the pour wasn't really the most attractive pour in the world, and I have to really think about what I'm going to do with the pour, paint pour, especially if it turned out kind of ugly. And I figure what am I going to do with it? So I thought, well, the colors are there. It's the right orientation for the Aurora Borealis, so we're going to do that. But right now, I'm waiting for the paint to dry. I'm talking with you guys, and I'm drinking my coffee. Hey, Cookie. Good to see you. I prefer, I'm happiest when the temperature is like 70, maybe 73, 75. In the 70s. It's cool for me. I do enjoy that. If it's got to be cold, I mean, yeah, in the 40s or 30s is fine. I can walk around with, even then, I can walk around with a pretty regular jacket or whatever. But when you get down to negative 17 and all that crap, we're going to get, especially at night, yeah, I'm not feeling that. But it's coming. It's coming. So, all right, as I'm talking to you and I'm looking at things and it's starting to somewhat more or less dry up, we can start on getting some mountain stuff started, I suppose. So, as we come over here, once again, I do have titanium white, some type of green, raw umber, or is it? I think I use no, it's burnt umber. Excuse me, burnt umber, black and blue. All right, cobalt blue. All right, and the black, as you see, is mostly used for the mountain and whatever ground I'm gonna put. Okay, we'll keep it like a little lake or something over here. All right. Yeah, so we'll try to make a pretty decent mountain here. I think I'm going to do it in the way of the shorter palette knife. Okay. I'm looking for that palette knife. As a matter of fact, it's in here. It's probably right in front of my face. I'm just not. There we go. Like I said, it's in front of my face. We're gonna use this palette knife. Okay, the one with the little curve dip in it there. All right, it's just gonna give me a certain type of look for the mountain. What I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna get my face out of there. So it'll spread this out and it'll bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see that instead of looking at that guy. This will still be here. So I might have to slide the painting over. All depends on the orientation. Okay. So let's get rid of me. Bring it there. Like I said, it brings it up a little closer to you guys. I just gotta slide it over, obviously. We'll slide it over around in there. And I can. Well, no, we're fine there. You don't have to see the whole painting. This is the most important part to see really right in there. I can probably get away with bringing it in a little closer. There we go. I'll put as close as it'll allow me to get. I'll fiddle with the focus, make sure it's in there right for you guys. Okay. All right. Let's get to getting. Because it's more or less a nighttime scene. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of pop some cobalt blue. We'll mix it in here. Touch of brown into the cobalt. We'll just mix it real quick in there. And what's going to do is going to kind of brown it out a little bit. Okay. I'll still keep a kind of a nighttime vibe with the mountain here. I'll get a touch more brown. We'll gray that out. And that looks good. That'll work. I do use thick paint. I prefer thicker paint. All right. And then I'll take the paint, I'll take what we have, and I'll just touch it like that. And you see the texture that's going on with it on the bottom there. That same texture is on the knife itself. If I can get, there we go. All right. Okay, let's come up here. What I'll do is I'll tap and pretty much tap and drag at the same time. And we'll work the highlights a little bit later, but I'm not going to get rid of necessarily all the black. Okay, this might be maybe even a little too dark. We'll see. I'll just start it. I like the way it looks as it's doing it right now, but it's probably hard for you to see it. And if it's a little too difficult to see, I'll take a look at the screen. Yeah, that's a little too dark. So what I'll do is I'll lighten it up just a wee bit. This me lightening it up is just for you guys more or less than me. You have to still see what the heck I'm doing. All right, so we'll brighten it up just a little bit so you guys can see how it's being applied. All right. Now, if I was doing this, just for myself, I would not light it up. But for you guys, I will. Now, when I go to take a picture of it with one of my higher end cameras, you'll definitely you would see the blue. Okay, but you guys are not gonna see that blue. So we'll do it again. There. Now you can see it. Okay. Omnidirectional. We're just gonna tap in and drag a little path. Go right over the tape. It's all right. Go right over your tape. No big deal. And once again, I'll just get some interesting things going on with it. It takes a bit of paint to get this going and get it moving. It's really omnidirectional. You can kind of control the path of how you want your mountain to look. Okay. But it gives a certain type of rocky texture when you do it like this. Okay. I was talking to Diana about oh I was telling Diana that I did read off a list of the upcoming instruction series projects, and in there is what you've asked about, either a portrait or a human figure. And I'll probably end up doing the human figure because I did do a portrait some time ago of Prince Namor, which is one of the movie characters that was recently featured in a motion picture. I do. He was gone. He's sold. He's gone. But as far as painting the human body, that's something different that I have not really truly done. I don't believe. I'm trying to think. At least I haven't done one recently. I think I've painted more animals in the past few months than I've done in the past few years. That I can say with confidence, easily. I've done that. I know I've done. Okay. Let's start another mountain path. Um, Maybe here. We'll start it here. We'll tap it, and we're gonna come. Now I'm over the tape. Okay, which is fine. I'm coming down and around. So we'll have it. I got a piece of there. Get that out of my hair there. Right around in here. So I'll do it up around here. Now you got a little bit of a level change when you're going across the tape. I'll put it in there like this. Okay. And we can have it come down. Come down. Around this way. Somewhere around there. It's alright. I gather up the paint. I tap with my brush. Get that texture. Like so. Alright. And as you notice, as you see, you get different. Come on here. I'm on half on the tape, half on the canvas. It's all right. We'll get a lighter or darker, maybe a lighter edge. We'll see once I finish doing this. We'll see how it goes. Have a little something coming here. You always can find out when you run out of paint because you'll tap away and nothing comes off anywhere. So that's code for get more paint, silly. Okay. Something like that. Hello, Serena, how are you? Patty cake, yeah, pretty much. Okay, now I can make a choice. I can use this as its light area and go slightly darker, or I can lighten it up and have the light source come the other way. Okay, so I can choose more or less pick my poison. So if I choose to go darker or a different hue, I will add more brown. Okay, I'll just mix it in here with the gray that we have. Oh no. Are we making fun of we got sausage finger comments. Why do I somehow have to guess that Sonya's involved in this? We're gonna add some black into it. We're gonna still keep that tint of brown in there. But we're just gonna deepen it. Once again, I'm gonna just keep with the theme of a darker colored mountain. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It starts. I knew it. I knew it. See, I can always tell when Sonya's unsupervised. I can tell. Okay. It's just in the cards. I know these things. Let's add just a slight hair of white to brighten that darker color up a bit. So it can at least be seen a little. Okay. Because I am putting the other colors in there, but you really can't see it very well. Just like so. And once again, I want it a little mysteriously dark. Okay. You want the mountain to remain a little on the dark side. Okay. You want to see it, but still, it's it's fairly fairly dark. I'm painting red across the tape. Also, once again, you act like the tape does not exist. Okay. You can guide it how your little heart sees fit. This type of painting, this type of texture does take a little bit of paint. I won't fool you. I won't kid you. It does take a little paint to do all of this. Okay. And if you find yourself running out, you can easily mix more because my color palette on purpose is not very large. Okay, and that's definitely on purpose. And I'm just guiding this stuff around the darkened areas a bit. Definitely running out, but that's all right. Even though I'm putting this on the tape and I know the tape is going to be peeled away, that's fine. I'm just going to cough up a little more brown, more black. Slight touch of blue. A little bit of white, just a little bit. Just for it to be visible for you guys. And as I'm doing this, as you know, once the air gets to the paint, it starts to flatten out or it appear darker. All right, so if it appears to be a little bright, fret not. It will darken up. All right. The color mix that I've done also makes an excellent shadow color for clouds. Okay. It makes a good shadow color in general. Scrape up a little bit more. Once again, just tap. And these are a bunch of incidentals. And what I mean by incidentals is that you can give it the path, but you can't really know what shape it's going to take. You can give it the right direction you want it to go, but the pattern it's going to leave after you do this is entirely up to the brush and fate. Okay. That old adage that the mountain will take what it wants and give you the rest back. Very true. Some Afro guy said that. You know, he had a penchant for really being affectionate with squirrels and baby birds. That guy. Yeah, that guy said that. All right. Now, could I tease some specks of lighter color in the area? I most certainly can, and I most certainly might just do that. Get a little bit of white, get some blue in there. We'll mix it a little bit. I don't have to totally mix the color in. You can marble it. Now, when it comes to adding a little light texture to something like this, basically all you have to do really is just kind of rub across and guide where you want the texture to be. All right. So we'll take it very lightly, just like that. Come around and we'll kind of glaze some lighter parts in there, just here and there. Okay, I see a part here. I'll probably get a few little strokes there. Okay, but not too much. So we got a little bit there. We can probably outline this one here a little bit. And what's going on is that the paint is coming off of the raised areas of the other paint. And that's all that's going on with it. A little bit of love in here. Like so. Once again, I won't have it all over the place. Just where I think that it will appear, more or less.
There's some fish. Are you keeping?
I'm taping.
There's some fish that came down here at Main Street. There's a shooting.
Oh, jeez.
And there's a guy shot his girlfriend in the leg at Derry Deli.
Derrydale. Yeah, that's right at the corner down here.
Yep. Then he ran inside the store, shot himself.
Oh, boy.
But he's still inside the store. The cops have the whole area
Blocked off.
But they don't know how bad hurt he is, or if there's other people in the store or what. They're asking him to pick up the phone and stuff.
This is incredible.
And he's not responding. So I'm assuming there's other people in the store.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there is. It's a store right by the laundromat there. That's where he's at.
Yep, so that's going on right now.
Oh, great. My goodness. What a mess. I don't know if you guys hear that, but there's a shooting going on down the street from me. The guy shot his girlfriend. He cornered himself in a store. I'm familiar with the store. I don't go in there, but I'm familiar with it. And the police are trying to talk to him. It's just a mess. Jesus. What a freaking mess. It's the world we live in. So they must have cut into the news. See, I'm looking at a USB of no, actually, I'm looking at TV on YouTube. So obviously, the local news don't cut it to YouTube. So, but they must have preempted whatever she was watching to tell me this. God, what a mess. Okay, so we got our mountains somewhat pretty much sketched out there, okay? All right. Remember, what you see here is a lake. All right. So we're going to throw in some cute little foothilly deals within the mountain. Would I have missed? Who knows? But let's throw in some deeper, darker trees in there. Okay, after I get my swig of coffee. This is not going to be too terribly long of a tutorial. Yeah, so I guess some of y'all heard it. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's right here in town, down the street. I think she's marking her territory. I took her out before I came on, so.
Huh?
I took her out before I came on, so she might be marking her territory because she's doing that a number of times. Okay, we'll go with a regular fan brush. And now I do have green, as you can see, but I'm going to darken the green a little bit with, we'll put it right here, a little touch of the cobalt blue. All right, I'm going to need a little more than that. Let's pump up that blue and that green. We'll mix it in there. Okay. All right, that should be all right. Very lightly, I'll sketch in some foothills in there. All right, so we'll go like maybe we'll do a Bob Ross special here, and I'll lightly tap in some foothills. Once again, I will act like this tape does not exist, and you're gonna have to do that. All right, I'll like.
She went for your bed.
Okay. I mean, well, she drank up her whole bowl, so I'll go up in here. Now, when I block in, just like any other little subject, I'll block it in what I need to block in here. And I'll do slight highlights to where the mountain highlights are. And we'll do the trees in accordance to that. Okay. Or we'll mark off the foothills in accordance to how it looks landscape wise. But the trees are still a little ways away. So once again, we'll add our little slight highlights in there. You won't see where everything disappears then because obviously the tape, you know, is covering bits and pieces of that. So we'll keep it like that. A slight touch of white will give us our little highlights. Okay. And I don't want them super bright. It won't be necessary. So our highlights are around in here. And so we'll get our tree coloring. Oh, now the dog wants to come here now. She's just checking out what the heck I'm doing. Get a nice little grouping of them, then we scatter them out like so. Okay. You do a little at a time. All in here. Now right here, there's no tape at all, so nice grouping, spread it out a little bit, go more or less toward the right. Get a little group of it in here. We'll lighten some of that out, like so. We'll keep it moving. We'll bring some of this. We'll continue it on like that, like that. So just keep continuing the tree pattern past the frame, what's going to be the window frames, and keep, keep keep it moving, keep going. And you check it out, look at it. All right. You guys may have seen it if you're on Facebook, where I've taken little pictures of my chaotic studio, where I've taken pictures of where I sit, where the board is in relation to the camera, blah blah blah, whatever equipment I got. I've taken little snapshots of it, very 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 early in the morning or late last night, depending on how you want to see it. Of my equipment, where I sit and everything, and all the little toys that I have, bringing you guys this stuff. It's funny thing is, if you see where the the computer and the other screen is, I really don't use it except for turning this thing on and looking at it and monitoring it. I don't know what picture you're referring to because I did a few of the cat and the dog together. Let's say they respect each other now. I'll just leave it at that. They respect each other a little bit. The cat really don't care. She was a little concerned of him because once again she was taller than the other dog, and she grew up with Bluto. So, but this one here, much younger, much taller. So she wasn't really feeling him at first for a while because different animal. She didn't grow up with him, but as time went on, she see that she was harmless. She wasn't really paying her no mind, and so she kind of relaxed, and everything's pretty normal, pretty cool now. So she done got used to him. Okay, over here by where the lake is, more or less, I can add soil. I can add, which I'll probably do. I can add like fine grass in here in patches, which I'll probably even do that too. All right, since we got the brown here, I might as well go ahead and add that. But we're gonna scumble the brown in there. Let's take some of the brown here. We'll come in here. Yes, I'm mixing that green into the brown. I'm just really graying out and softening everything. Okay. And if I need to lighten up that area, I can easily do so. But I'll just take this greenish brown that I have, use the side of the brush. And if it's a little dark, it's fine. And it is dark, but it also is fine. Okay. And what I'm doing right now is really just making cute little textures. So when I scumble the lighter color on top of this, all right, it will either look like this, either fine grass or some kind of dirt or whatever. Because obviously, painting it in this fashion is just going to leave you believing it. You're looking at it from a certain height. Okay. So wherever the vantage point is with this window, it's got to be quite a distance up. Now, obviously, it's a little dark. You don't see it until I start to lighten it up a little bit. It's a greenish brown mix. So I'll take a touch of white. We'll put it in here. I'm using just the side of the brush. I think I got some darker stuff on the other side, so mix it right in there. And just slide the brush across because you got textures here. All right. I'll just take the brush and just slide it across. I'll flip the brush around. It doesn't have to go straight. You can curve it if you want. However you feel you want the little dirt patches to look. You don't have to slide left or right either. It can be vertical. Whatever direction you choose, okay, and it's really up to you. You can go this way if you want. All right, it's really your choice. And it's just the side of the brush that I'm using. Yes, I'm doing it right on the tape. I don't care. Act like the tape doesn't exist. And get the flow of the painting going. All right, and to keep that flow, you have to kind of be in that mindset. Okay. Even though I'm on the tape and it's going to be peeled off, it's all right. Keep it going. It's okay. It's all right. Just keep it moving. Well, Joswina, at least he was laughing. That's a good sign. You know, who knows how life will lead. I might end up in the Netherlands one day. So I'm glad he laughed. I'll take a brush that's I've used this before. It's got a lot of hairs. It's filled with hairs. It's made good grass stuff here. Take a little touch of white. We're going to this green here. I'm pouncing the paint into the bristles. Okay. And we'll get some cutesy little patterns here. I'm not gonna do all of it. I'll come around the lake edge though. Just like this, come all around. Definitely around its edge. You can thin it up as you get into the woods a little bit. All right. I'll probably lighten it up. Did she give another hairball gift? Yep, I can hear the paper towel. Nice. Now that's just love. Pure love. That's pure love. That's showing that she cares. The cat has a hairball episode. In the inside, I laugh. I don't laugh on the outside. I laugh on the inside because she has to pick it up. Usually, she preserves that gift for me. The gift that keeps on giving, hairballs. I'm telling you, that's just pure admiration and love. That's her way of saying I appreciate you for feeding me. Okay. Indoki. I need to get some what? Pet ointment. Oh, I got a great pet ointment. Take her by the tail and boot her outside like Fred Flintstone used to do that dog. Sitting there puking. But hey, you know what? I just say, at least she's picking it up. She's not giving me that love gift. All right. So we got our mountain. We have our little grass, our little foothills, which are not defined yet quite enough. I'm going to have to shape those and make them a little more defined. So let's take a touch of white. We're going in a deeper green here. I just want to define the foothills a little more. But because this is bright, I don't want to I truly don't want to overdo it. But we'll go a little slower and give a curve to them. We'll give a nice little curve up like that. We'll come here, we'll add, and I'll just curve it like that. Okay. Maybe I'll start an angle here and come down. We'll get one coming here. We'll curve it, curve. So, like that. All right. We'll keep it somewhat like that. Well, the cat is more my cat because I had the cat before I knew her. So, yeah, the cat couldn't stand her. Peed on her clothes and hissed at her and all that. That she was trying to show that she was the alpha, the female alpha, I guess. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was crazy. Okay, let's wait for this to tack up a bit. We'll come here and we'll just, I'll use the fan brush. We'll just at least put the cloud reader. I want to look at it being straight black like that. A little more blue than green, maybe. I'll pop a little black in there. We'll kind of gray it out a little bit like that. Now we'll add more blue that I grayed out. Okay, we'll use this. Even though it's dark, but we'll just pop this in here. It's just something to not look at all that black. And so we'll put it in there, and we'll do our little highlight and whatever I want to put down in here. We'll see. But it also gives me a little something to do while that stuff dries up a bit. I got paint down on the furrow, so I'm taking it off my brush that way. I'll just press and get the paint off, then I'll tap it in there. Right over the tape, right over everything. I am not really concerned about painting over the tape or putting stuff around the tape. Nope, just paint right through the tape. Make sure, it's like, you don't, it's not there. Just like before. All right, I think we're good here. We'll put some. Do I really want to put trees over there in that area way over there? Not necessarily. And I don't think I will. I don't want to put. I don't want to put trees in there. Not this far away. I might crop some up here, maybe, but not back there. I might get some landmass over here with a smaller brush. Okay, but not over here on this side. We'll take. I don't know if I'm gonna take this brush and do it. Maybe I'll have long grass over here. Let's see if we do the long grass. We can give it a shot. We'll give it a try. Just take a little white. Okay. Go into your water a little bit. Loosen it up. Like so. We'll just do patches of long grass with this brush. And let's see how that looks. We'll do it over here. And a little slight brush up like this. Now let the brush just scratch and scrape its little way. Okay. Just like this. Go up into the water a little bit. Just like that. Now I know that I'm on some of this I'm on the tape. It's alright. It's okay. Now I'll just do the first wave like this. Turn the brush around. I got stuff on the other side there. And just keep at it. Keep doing it. Run them into each other. Okay, so they don't look like little toy soldiers. Make some a little taller than others. Keep going. I can add other colors, other things in here, but I just want to cover this up a little. Don't want to totally get rid of all the darker colors. Come on through it. It's like so. Let's get a little bit more. A little light. Yeah, as long as my head's not in the way. I'm not really worried about single blades yet of grass. Not yet. Just something to put in there. That might have been a little too dark. I'll get rid of that. Yeah. All right, we'll keep it pretty much like that right now. That's fine. All right, we'll just leave it like that for right now. Leave it be. Now, you got a funky, weird little thing going on here because you see that abrupt purple color with the dots and all that going through there. Now that you just covered this. All right. So now you got some weird psychedelic stuff happening there. All right. That's not bad. That's cool. Okay, let's tend to this here. Now, as you can see, have a little bit of black there, which gives it a little bit of lift in there. All right, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. We're going to take a little baby brush and this little baby filbert here. We're going to go into our brown right here. We'll put it here. We'll get a little brown there, a little touch of white in there. All right, well, don't necessarily have to keep it kind of marbled a little bit. Wipe a little bit of that off. And maybe we'll put some, we'll start off here like this. And we'll put a little shoreline kind of thing happening in there. Maybe something like that. Okay. Kind of curve it around. Like a little path or something in there. And I'm going to do another one up in here. So add a little bit of white in that. So get a little path in there like this. Okay. Oh, get some more of that happening maybe in here a little bit. Kind of lighten it. Come in here. Just like that. Gets a little smaller in there. Just a little something interesting floating around in there, little jetties or whatever, little bits of land. Keep it flat. Even if how you curve it around or whatever you want to do, but keep it flat. All right. So you got a little bit of land clearing or whatever. Let's have that tend to kind of spill out into the water a little bit. Yeah, we haven't come out that far. We'll give a little something here too. Just like that, kind of come around. All right. Just like that. Let's take, see if I can get away with it. We'll try it out. Because I like that, the little bits of black there. But since we're going across the water, okay, let's get rid of some of this green here. And we'll do a Bob Ross special. I just want to clean some of this out. We're going to get a little bit of white. Just a little touch of white. And we'll spread it out like that. Right. I don't need really too much of this. Get a little scrape across. All right. And even with this, go flat. We'll start here. Go flat. And just kind of wiggle it around. Just like that. Come here. Do the same thing. Wiggle it around. Now you're going across the tape on some of these. Get a little bit more. Come here. Do it again. Do it again. Right in here. Now I can't really go in between where the black is. The blade is a little large. Get a little touch here. At least I can try. But all across here, I'll just kind of let it wiggle and do this little rake across. Come here, sometimes a little line of dew. Come out here. I'm gonna make some of that disappear. Take my finger and make it go away. I don't want them too thick. Make that go away too. That's one of the advantages of painting on a varnished surface. Like I say, a lot of this will make sense when I peel off the frame. Okay, enough of that. As I'm looking and checking things out and checking things out and looking, uh, I'm looking. I'm still checking certain things out here. Yeah, let's get not this knife or not this blade. I'm looking for my script liner. This is a liner brush. I don't want this one. This one's a little too thick. I'll need a very thin liner brush. I do have one. I tend to put these in backwards. I can't see it. Maybe it's over here. Yep, there it is. All right, let's get a little bit of water. Let's go into our black. Roll the brush around a little bit. And right where the land mass is, we're going to add only in certain areas a little bit of black. Just give it some depth right up in here. Even though the white's in there, I'm going to put the black line above that. Now, because I'm working with paint that's varnished, you need more paint than water, so the paint can stick to the varnish. Right up in here a little bit. Right in here, just a little bit more. I still want to keep that sense of depth in there. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll take the same brush and we'll start to I'll start putting longer grasses in here. All right, we're gonna go to, I can probably brighten up the grass too. Is this still wet? Yeah, we'll take some of this green, we'll put it in here like this, we'll mix it in like that. Get plenty of water. We'll turn this brush, twist the brush in there. We'll come in and we'll put some taller grasses in there. We'll very light and put it in little patches there. Need more water. Plenty of water. I don't want my paint to break up when I'm doing the strokes of grass. Okay. I need nice, strong, like that. Now the trick is doing stuff like this. Okay, is getting that right amount of paint to paint to water ratio, because once you cross the glycerin area or the varnished area, the paint will tend to bead up on you. And that's the reason why is because the varnish, obviously, it protects it from what? Water and sweat and stuff. So what does it do? It beads up. That's what it naturally is supposed to do. So you can't get too mad. It's really essentially doing its job. All right, so you make your paint a little thicker. And when you do your long grasses, you just make them, you can paint them a little slower. Now I'm on paint on top of paint, so I can do what you see me doing here. I can kind of whip them along and do all of what you're seeing here when it's paint on top of paint. But once you cross that threshold into this into the varnish stuff, okay, like I just did, you can just wipe it right away. Okay, so you have to give it some more paint in there. Now I can abuse it and beat it up a little bit because I'm showing you guys how to do this. Even though it's not the instruction series, same premise. I'm just really going a little faster because once again, this is just all fun and giving me a little something to do here today. And as I'm doing this and talking to you guys, Obviously, I'll be watching the news in a couple hours to see what the hell happened down the street. This freaking craziness that's going on. That's why it's just safer to be in your house sometimes, because you just don't know. You really don't know if, what day could be your last day. And it also depends on what kind of life you lead. All right. And I'm pretty sure, this dude with the gun and everything, they weren't going around door to door giving Bible tracts away. So, it's just nuts. It is. And as you see, once again, it's just me very thinly in different directions putting the long grass in there. It does make the painting look a lot more complicated than it is. Okay. After we do all of this, and if I'm happy with the grass, I'll probably put some darker blades of grass in there too to break up some of this. Okay. Because we got these little dark patches in there, so you can throw in some really deep colored lines of grass in there. I'm contemplating my next subject as I'm doing this, and if it is, I probably I'm debating, because I can do I don't know if I really want to do another face portrait again. I might do the full body deal for that one. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm just filling things up here with the grasses, long grass. Yes, there was a shooting down the street. Um, I live on a long city block. Okay, and it's really where I'm at right now is residential. But you keep going down the street, you got the tall, you got the buildings and businesses, whatever. Well, downstairs is like a transition period. And down there, there's two stores, and so I believe it's Genesee and Oneida Street, or Genesee and I think the name of that street over there. But over there, it's been a shooting. I know now. There's like a gas station store there, and then not even half a block away, you walk to all of them, is another store, like a convenience store. Okay, and so the fellow with the gun, he's in there. He shot himself too, but he must be still alive. And so he's in there, obviously not in his right mind, and the police are trying to talk him out, talk him down there, so they don't have to go in there blazing bullets and all that foolishness. So, but whatever TV program she was looking at, regular TV program they show every day, they must have preempted it and talked about this standoff, shoot off thing. So no doubt it will be in the 5 o'clock news or whatever. It will be the big news of the day. Now I'm just taking straight black here. Okay. And I am just accentuating the dark patches. Okay. Remember, if you're going, well, I can do it down here. It's a little more beneficial down here. So I can add a little more water to the black when I do it like that. I'm going and painting on top of paint. All right. And so you see the dark patches here. I can take advantage of that and just put darker blades of grass in there. It's like this. And basically, that's what I'm doing. You might not see them too well, but they are in there. I won't put too many in there, but they're in there. Here and there. Okay. I need more water. This is thick paint that I'm dealing with, so it takes a little more water to try to get it to loosen up. And You don't want to put so much in there where it takes the binding away, but and I'm doing it in selective little spots. Okay. And it makes it look a lot more busier going on in there than it, truly is. All right. And so we're working, we got these things working in there. Fairly open painting. I can put a tree in there. I don't want to put a tree in there and make it look like a little too cluttered or confusing. I can just keep it like this and work on the actual wood frame. Okay, I might go that route. We'll see. So I'll let it dry a little bit and I'll talk to you guys. Unfortunately, Cookie, I kind of grew up around it, and at one point in time in my life, I was a corrections officer. So the violence and the idiocy, I'm very accustomed to. I'm used to. I've seen bad things happen to good people, and I've seen bad things happen to bad people. And unfortunately, I guess it just doesn't have really too much of a sting to me. I've seen bad things happen to people I love. I've seen bad things happen to people who I did not love very much at all. And as I get older, it's a tragedy no matter which way you see it. Because life is too precious. You don't go to the store and buy life. So, you know, there's got to be another way to handle things besides pulling out a gun. I think pulling out a gun is a coward's way. You know, we're gonna pull this back a little bit. Let's see if we can go in the right direction. Here, just to show the frame there. All right, I think we're good right about there. All right, we're good. We're cool. Okay. So, yeah, let's clean some of this up because we're gonna start on the window frame. I don't think I need to have a tree clogging up the works here. I think I'm gonna leave it fairly open. I think we can do that and get away with it. I don't believe I need it because you still want to show off your night sky. Okay, we got our water thing going in here. If I put a big bulky tree in there, it's just gonna be all in there and cluttered up and whatnot. Okay, so I really don't need to have that busting up the works. So we'll keep it like that. Um, what else? What else? What else? I think that's all I was gonna say about that. I need to warm up my coffee. My coffee's not warm. Well, you have to kind of be careful of how you're gonna do a subject, approach a situation like that, not a subject, with a shooter because of what's been happening recently in the news here. So they have to kind of think with their brains because they don't really want to make the wrong move and be on national TV. That's the last thing a small town like this needs on its resume. So they're really, I guess I could say, picking their poison wisely. You know. Okay, let's straighten up this. Once again, I did change my blade, so it is much sharper, so I don't have to really water down anything. It'll just come right up, as you can see. So I'll clean this up here. There we go. Wipe it right off. That's it. Just clean it up a bit. we're going to work on the window frame will be brighter. It won't be a dark window frame, obviously, for obvious reasons of the it's a darker paint. Okay. Alrighty. Trying to see. I think I got whatever I needed to have marked down. I've got it marked down, so I think we can get to the getting here. Let's peel off this guy first. I don't really got to worry about taking off paint too much on this because, well, quite frankly, it's already varnished. All right. So what you're looking at there is just the really the center of the painting. But what I can do is just take the same tape, lightly put it here. Instead of crumbling it, I'll just have it work for me here. Instead of crumbling the tape, I'll very lightly, because the paint is pretty fresh, so you really don't want to rip it off. But I'll just start painting this stuff in. All right, I have to block it in first. Okay, I'll just take a 1/2 inch brush, and I'll take some black, a little touch of white, and then we'll gray it out. A little darker gray. This will be fine. This is cool. And we'll just, block it in like this. Okay, just block it right in. Just like that. Block it right in. And we'll just let it dry. All right. Now I'm going to do this the wise way, because I want my windows to be fairly even. So once again, I'll use my brain today. And it's quicker this way. Now I have to block in very lightly. You put the tape on there, but you very lightly press it on there because the tape the paint that you put on is pretty fresh. So be careful. You want it to stick enough for it not to move, but you don't want to put it on there too hard that when you peel it away, it peels away what you've worked on. All right, that kind of defeats the purpose, don't you think? Okay. And the gray that I'm putting on is just a gray to cover up the design. That's, what I'm getting at. All right, just like this, you're gonna cover up the design of whatever you painted on it. Okay. All right, we're gonna take, while I'm thinking about it here, let's take some of this brown. We'll put the brown here. A little touch of white. We're gonna lighten that up a little bit. There. We'll lighten that brown up. We'll come here and we'll just glaze that nice light brown color on there. It's all right if it darkens up because the gray is on there. It's all right. That's all right. Get some more. It's only 2 colors, so. And if you notice, I'm not completely blending it out. I kind of like that look. So we'll lighten that up too. Just like that. We'll lighten it up like that. It's all right. There. And leave it be. All right. We'll place this right here. Very lightly, very carefully. Very carefully. You just peel that off. Okay, just like that. Come over here and just peel it off. And get it. I have no nails. Very carefully, just lightly peel it right off, like so. I don't need these strips of tape, they can hang out right here. Same thing with this one. Very lightly, very carefully, just peel it right off. Like that. Okay, so we got that one knocked off. We can go, oh, we'll try this one. Now, I know that doing this is a big risk factor because I painted very lightly there. I painted, I'll use some of this. It's not completely dry on the other side, that's fine. That's fine. But it's the same color, I can paint right over that. So I'm not really too worried about that. I did outline in white the, yeah, I can keep that. It's all right. I can keep that. I can keep that because I can always come back and correct it. How far down am I going? All right, I'm going down. Oh, right about here. Just like that. All right, we're going to take that brown and white mix. And we're going to go down on this one. Actually, I'm going to have to go back to my black on that. I can't use that yet. The reason why I'm using the black or the gray is to cover up all that color you see up there. So go back into your black, get a little bit of white. It just blocks out that color. Okay, right in here. Block it out. This is very fast. You just knock it right out, just like that. All right. We're gonna do the other one the same way. Obviously, they come in pairs. Okay. That's all varnish. That you hear all that strong popping and stuff. All right, that's just the varnish. That paint's not coming off that varnish. That varnish is not giving it up that easy. All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to really, you're gonna have to fight with it for it to do all of that. Okay, right in here. Okay. I'll get another strip of tape. Go on, do it on the other side real quick. Right about here. I know it seems like a lot of work for a painting, but I love it. I love doing stuff like this. You know, if you take this tape, I've shown it before in an example, and you just rough up the edges. The thick enough tape though. You can do interesting shapes of trees, doing it the same way you've seen me do this. Okay, yes, I'm painting the frames of the windows. That's right. All right. Just like that. We're going to go into our all right, just like that. Don't have to overly blend it. Oh, we're around in here somewhere. Okay. If I got to use a little more white, I'll use a little more white. But it's just lighter wood. It has to be a little lighter. Just like that. Because I want the wood to be a little lighter wood frame because, like I say, everything else is a little dark. All right, just like that. You don't need, to really overdo it because you're gonna add wood green and other little things to it. Okay, we come down here from the bottom. Nice little swipe up. Yeah, we can keep it like that. That's fine. Put my little brush over there. Actually, let's do this one. As I'm doing them, I'm gonna take this one apart. Come on, there we go. And I'll take what I got here. It is the outside frame of the window. And we'll pop it right about here. As I'm looking at it, pressing it down here, make sure it's pretty straight. Take this one that we just did, all right, and just move it over. Here it is, instant framing of the other window pane, right here. Just like that. So now you're framing that one. All right, just that quick. Might as well kill two birds with one stone here. Now you see where I put the white at, right there. Right there. You take this one, okay, you move it right over. So you can have your little masking procedure done. This is the paint smart, not hard portion of the painting. Okay, just like that. Now, if you don't kind of see where it's going, know what you're doing, yes, it could get kind of confusing. But, it's, oh, I did it again. Jumping ahead, you need the gray. You don't need the brown yet. So we're gonna put the gray back in there. A little touch of black. A little bit of white. Pop it in there. Get it all grayed out here. And we're right here. Okay. Right in here. Just like that. And you're just blocking the color underneath. Don't need too much of it. The white is very opaque. And that's helping you block all of that in there. Okay. Just like so. All right. Alrighty then. We'll get some of this color here. We'll come over here. A little bit of brown, a little touch of white. I better stop before I get a strike. Let me stop. I'll put it in everybody's head who is of a certain age that remembers that tune. Oh, my head's in the way, damn it. Sorry. Try to get my head out of the way so I don't do that to you guys. Appreciate that, Fatima. Yeah, the lattice paintings are fun. They're great. They're fun to do. Starting to make a little sense now. Once again, it's one of the fringe benefits of using acrylic paint. Man, that stuff dries quick. Okay. And if you notice, it's starting to get that little wood grainy type of pattern feel to it already. All right. All right, let's go. Shall I do the top or the bottom one? I'm already here with the bottom one. Let's do the bottom one. Oh, that's right. You're on top of that one. So should I do that instead? Yeah, let's do the inside right here, the edge. Edge is relatively simple anyway. We'll do it from, we'll do it from here, right here. And as I'm doing it, I'm looking where that white line is. I'll go just a hair outside of that white line. There we go. That's a look better. There. Can we turn that in a little bit? Okay, right here. This part right in here. We're going to do the same thing here on the other side. Don't get nervous. Yeah, I know you hear that disgustingly horrible sound, but remember, this has already been varnished and all that, so all you're hearing is that tape just peeled right off of it. And I'm just looking at where I'm placing this guy. Okay, right here, the sides. Let's go back into our, gonna need some more titanium white, hold on. You quickly make gray, you quickly make the brown and white. Okay. Right here on the side, right here. Rather quick. Once again, just laying down the color real fast. And it just, all this design, it just blocks all of that. Ironically, even though if it is gray, like the color we just presented, but still the pattern will show through if you don't put it in there. So you need something to kind of buffer all of that. Okay. So that's why I'm putting that layer of gray there like that. Okay. You don't have to necessarily over blend this stuff. It's not necessary. Just take it. Come on down with it. Come on down with it. That's like so. Come over here on the other side and pop it in there. Boom. Straight down with it. Just like that. I know it's crazy how quickly you can get this done. I'll darken it a little bit on certain areas there, like that. We'll pop some, you know. variation of something in there like that. So it's not at least too bright. Yeah. Okay, something like that. Let's darken it up a little. All right, something like that. All right. I'll clean off the brush. Once again, acrylic paint dries, especially if it's just acrylic and no water or very little water, it dries quickly. So you don't have to over stress about that. I don't need to use this. It's got too much paint on it. I don't want to deal with it. It's just quicker for me to use fresh paint tape. I'll get rid of that. Slowly coming together, guys. Slowly coming together. Now I'll work from the bottom here. Boy, that's a brutal sound, isn't it? It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We'll use this same tape and we're going to cover right here. All right. So we'll get that in there like that. We'll do the same thing here. There was something else I wanted to show you guys. It's going to take some time for that one. I just got another idea of messing with this tape. What I would like to show you guys. All right. We're going to kill two birds with one stone because this paint is still relatively still wet. So we might as well just knock this out while I am thinking about it. Ooh, that's an ugly sound. But once again, it's not doing anything to the board. It's just very ugly sound.
They went in, I guess, around 3 o'clock, and the guy was dead. That's why he wasn't answering the calls or anything for 2 hours.
And did he have people in there?
No, apparently no one else was in there.
Really?
And now they say that the woman was shot in the abdomen. Not the leg like they said at first.
Oh, well, that's still not good for her.
No.
I'm pretty sure it'll be a great big thing on the news in about an hour. Wow.
Oh, it's like a red purple kind of story.
Red purple kind of story. It's got to be the one
Yeah,
at Oswego.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Where is that now? It's down the street, right?
Yeah, on Lloyd Street.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my God. I know where it is. If it's on the Noise Street, that's Noise in York.
Oh.
That's the only Dairydale I know, because the other one's way in East Utica. Man, oh man, what a tragedy. Okay. So as I'm talking to you guys, because we got the final 4 panes more or less to do. Okay. And if you look, these panels are actually behind these guys, which is cool. That'll work. Okay. That'll work. So while we're waiting for that to dry up, watch what I's gonna do. Let's take a round brush. Okay. We're gonna take a little bit of black with this watered down brush. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna put a little shade right in that area, right in here. Okay, there's a little shade. And we're going to, I don't want to put my head in the way. And we'll kind of bring it out like this. And I can just take my finger very lightly and just kind of wipe it. Yeah, so we got some shadow over here. Same thing here. Take it right here. Get a little shadow going. Take my finger just lightly, just wipe it across. I need more paint. Let's get a little stronger paint in there. So when I do wipe my finger, it doesn't all disappear. Okay. Put just a little bit of shadow in there. Just like that. Just a little bit. Take my finger and just lightly wipe it across. Make it look like shaded wood grain a little bit. All right. So we'll come over here and lift my hand across a little bit. And if it's not dark enough, I just go back over it again. Lift my hand across. And it just gives the illusion that this wood is these planks, the strips of wood is behind the other ones. Okay. Just like that. All right. Okay. Don't know how many of you are still watching. It says 7. Hopefully you guys are putting that thumbs up on there. That helps me out a lot. So, okay, Fatima. I do have this penchant for people going to sleep on me. All right. Now, we have a very unique situation here. Somewhat. We got enough here. We barely got enough there. But I should be able to finagle that. We should be okay there. But I do have another idea for painting. It will be in the instruction series. Okay. All I need is a little block of color there, or a mask of color to block that. Okay, we'll kind of do one of these numbers. We're gonna come here. Oh, I can't do that. I can't stand it when I run out of order like that because I waste the paint. Okay, I have to gray it out first. A little black, a touch of white, just like that. I have to do that. I do have to gray this stuff out. We'll start right here, and then we'll go up and across, just like that. Right up in here, you gotta be careful. Right up in here. There. Right out. Right. I tend to forget about that part. Yeah. I want to look at it. I'll look at it when I'm done with this. Actually, to be honest with you, I can look at it right now. Give me 1 second, Josquina. There you are. This. There's your painting. Don't put it too close to the moon. I wouldn't recommend that. I'll put the window pane on top like that. I'll do it on top like that. You can go just beyond the owl. Not close to the head either. You can put some like by where the wingtip is. It blocks the owl in a little bit better. But the owl's the main focus. But yeah, you can put the flowers in there. If you want to put the white ones in there, yeah, that's cool. That'll work. I'm looking at the owl painting right now. I got it up on my Android or my iPhone. Can darken that just a little bit better. I want that a little darker there. All right, something like that. And I can lighten up that a little bit. Okay, just like so. All right. I have to see which dairy dell is this. This is the one on York Street, it looks like. Let's turn it to the side so I can zoom in. Yeah, that's the one on Noise. And I know where this one is. I know right where it is. It's on York Street. Incredible. Oh, well, that'll be on the news today. Okay, back to my painting. This is such a shame. Damn. You know, human life is so precious, but people don't think so, apparently. You know. All right, the last two strips. And then we'll mess with our wood grain. If this is looking a little dark for you guys, let me know. Because the sun is gently, somewhat, it's becoming a little overcast. So just let me know. Let me know. And I'll pop a light on. Okay. Okay. You can peel this right off the top. Boom. Just like that. All right. I don't think the other flowers are too big. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're fine. I don't see where they're too big. Also, nope. I don't think they're too big. I think they're fine. Okay, but let's be careful here. We're at the frame of the window, and then, well, the rest of it is fine. Just like that. Cover it right up. Right here is the same thing. There's no tape here, and there's no extra. Just gotta be careful. Right here, this very edge on the outside of the window. Inside, we're good. It's just that outside edge I want. There we go. Okay. Hey Kelly, how are you? It's a fun little painting. It's not part of the instruction series. It's just me having a little fun. Um, you know, wood frame. We got the acrylic pour background, like the Aurora Borealis. We got the funky colored lake here. Okay, and I'm just putting the window frame in right now. All right. Okay, let's take a little bit of water. Take some black like that, and we're gonna come here and pop a shadow in there like that, and we're gonna bring that shadow down, something like that. Let's go straight down with it. I can do that too. I'll do that with this one. I'll make the window, the frame, the top frame be over the outside sill like that. And we're gonna do the same thing here. Once again, it helps sell the image of depth like that. Right in here. Little black line, take your hand and put it downward like that. All right. We're gonna come downward. Take my finger and wipe it down like that. All right. All right. All right. We're almost there. Almost there. We are almost there. All right. We're gonna go to coloring in the last two boards. Do a little bit of brown, put it right in here, a little touch of white, put it in there, don't marble it up too good. Come here and come straight down. Flip my brush around, just like this. All right. There. All right. Right here. There. And coming down. All right. Something like so. All right. Rinse off with the brush. Okay. So this next garbage. Take this. Take this. Now we got our window frame there. All right. Let's take our round brush, water, a little touch of black there with our round brush. Let's come under this window pane here, underneath this right here. Okay. I'll just take my finger, very careful, and up we go, straight up, like that. There. So we're just getting a little bit of that shadow in there. And I will just take my finger and rake upwards. So my finger doing that makes the wood grains for that corner, or for these slats of wood. Okay. So they're beat up, stained bits of wood. Okay. And aim it as best you can straight up, straight upward. Let's say you wipe off all the black paint or whatever color paint you choose. You drag it out a little bit and then go upward. Feel a little heavy handed. with it. Well, it's okay. You're still given the illusion of 3 dimensions when you do stuff like this. This would be a very nice project to get people in, into painting. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna darken that up a little bit. Bring it down. I'm gonna come here. We're gonna deepen that. Just like that. Come on here. Okay. All right. And I want to accentuate that more. Okay. Looking at it, looking at it, looking at it. I'm looking at it from the other screen there. And if I need more dark in certain areas, I'll put it in there. Because once again, it helps sell that illusion of, especially here back up here, it's just not dark enough. Okay, something like that. A little bit of water. Go back into my black here. And just strengthen up this corner in here. Actually, it should go as I'm looking at it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's the way. Okay. A little dark here. Show that off. So hopefully I'm not boring you guys half to death with this, but this is how we do it. Alright, I'm slowly getting there. As I'm looking at things, I want, you know what? Let's go different. Let's do, let's just be different today. Let's take some, white this time. Alright, a lot of water. Actually, I can do this with a, I can actually do this with a paint marker. Alright, and we'll come here. We'll do white wood grain this time. How's that? Is my head in the way? Yes, it is. Johnny's in here. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't catch you earlier. Hope you're doing fine. Make sure my head is out of the way. So we're doing white wood grain. Something a little different. Overall, our painting is pretty dark. So the white wood grain would help offset that a little bit. Okay. Turn my brush around. Come out here. Do the same thing. All right. In here, make sure my head is in the way. Some of the you can put the paint on some thick, thin, vary the line weight. Okay, you can kind of make it look like wood there. All right, we'll come over to the other side here. We do the same exact thing. I'll come down here and do it. I know I know the camera went out. It'll come back. It took a picture of the back of my head nicely. When you get my head out of there, when you do the wood grain here, go as careful as you can, as thin as you can. Once again, it's a gentle dance. Whatever happens is going to happen. Titanium white is very thick paint. Putting water in it with a very thin, tiny brush. So be careful with it, because you can get it too watered down, and then it won't show very well. Right? But you don't need it all over the place. And this white is contaminated with that brown. Okay, so it works regardless. If you don't want to go all the way up and down, you can do it halfway like I'm doing it. And just go a little higher in each way. You wiggle it around to little designs. Okay. So it looks like one of those old rickety gates. Over here on its side. Same thing, but just going in the other direction. Let it do what it do. Okay. Here on the other side, do the same thing. Very light with your brush here. If you find you're running out of paint, just get you some more. We got the two up on top. Okay. Well, we're almost there. We're almost done. Okay, I'm just having a little fun today before I go back into teaching mode. Something interesting I just wanted to do with this particular pour, because it wasn't the prettiest pour in the world, but I figured it would make a great Aurora Borealis scene. Now, what are farm doors being this far up north? Who knows? Considering how far up north you'd have to be to see the auroras. Had to be like in Oslo, Norway or something. But hey, maybe they have farms out there. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure they do. Okay. Well, it's getting pretty interesting looking. See, I could have did this with a white paint marker, but I wouldn't have gotten this light brownish white tint from the paint marker. So it's not all the time trying to figure out how to do it the quickest. Trying to be the most authentic, that would help. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to take Yonder Permanent. This is too thin. This is thin. This is thin. This might make it. Take a nice little marker. I'm gonna come here. Well, let me do it this way. I would rather do it this way. I do have a smaller ruler. Come here, come to Papa for a second. I'll put the ruler way up here so it don't cut into anything. All right, we're gonna come here and we're gonna add a little black line. My nice little shadow line going there with a permanent marker. All right. If I could have used a thicker tip marker, I would have done so also. All right. Do the same thing up here. Come on, get in there. This is a permanent marker. I'd have to do it a number of times because once again, I'm doing this on varnish. It will mark on varnish. All right, you're not gonna have a good time with it, but it will mark on the varnish. And that's partially what I'm on when I do this. It's just giving me some more depth in this piece with the wood. All right. I think we're all right. Other than that, cool. I don't have to put a black outline to it or anything like that. Everything seems to be where it should be. I can remove this. This is what? Um, 12 by 16 or something like that. Let's get the I think the focus is in there pretty good for you guys. I don't know if I should be able to, if I can turn it upward just a little bit to center it somewhat. And I'll pull this back. Back. I don't believe I have a frame for this, but I'll look for one. But once again, we don't have a tape border, so. Let's see if this might be a little too large for it, but we'll give it a shot. With a black frame. Yeah, it is. But with a black frame, it would look something like that. I do have something longer, but I think it's just a little too long. All right, but it will look something like so. I'll try with a variety of different frames. Okay, the thing is with it being framed, obviously, depending on the size of the piece. Oh, I do have one that might fit this. But we'll go through a series of them. Here's the other one, which covers it a little bit better. That's pretty cool. That might work. Okay. The effect is still there. Okay, as you see. Okay. I like that one. Once again, the effect is still there. This guy. I think this guy might make it too. It's a little larger though. You'll see. A larger black frame. I don't know how well you'll see it. But, you know, pretty much the same thing. I'll probably center it a little better. Okay. So far for me, it looks like that brown frame wins. But you know, that's me. So, but you got three different. Hey Mo, you have a good night, Chrissy. I appreciate you. What did I use as a medium in my pour paint? Well, Johnny, let's see. Uh, Whether I'm using a base coat and whether I'm using the colors, I will use 2 part Floetrol, 1 part glue, and probably one part paint, depending on the type of paint. But I use a glue Floetrol mix, and for my base coat, I will use Floetrol, a little bit of water, and whatever base color I want for paint, which is usually either white or black. So, but that's what, yeah, that's what it looks like with the frames. Let's put this back so you guys can get a good shot of it here. And once again, I will focus this as good as I can. Now, once again, it is 4:30. It's overcast, so the sun's trying to go down. I can tell that, the light difference. All right. And I would have to move this back to the other side to show my face again. Oh, which means I have to pop on some lights. All right. As you can see how um, dark it is. I put another light on. Okay. And I don't have obviously I don't have the palette shown because I'm all done with that. And that's just gonna show the painting more. So I'm gonna have to put the light, I have to situate the light a little bit differently to show on me. But it also can't be in my way either. So we'll do it like that. I don't think it's bright enough. Although right shade, I think it's bright as we can go. Nope. Mm, too blue. But I might go with that one. Yeah, I think the brown frame is. I think the brown frame works with this. So, but overall, it is a it's a fairly dark picture, and you know, it is what it is. It's like I say, it's different. And that's what I can do with that weird looking acrylic pour that I did with this. Wasn't the best looking pour, but it's something different, something fun, and whatnot. So it works, and I've yet to varnish it again. So varnish all of this all over again, but it's complete. I'll probably give it away or something. It's pretty neat to look at when you see it in person. You still see the cells. It's weird to try to see the cells with this off color because they are in there, but it's dark, so it's purple cells on top of black, a black base coat. You know, you can see the cells and stuff going on in here. Also, it's just an odd painting. You know, so very unique. Okay, it's 4:34 my time. We'll go back to the instruction series. I don't do these in order. It's pretty much what I feel like doing and dealing with. And it looks like I may be dealing with, I guess I'll deal with, I'll probably do a portrait or the human figure. It looks like it'll be more or less human figure than anything. I just gotta choose what type of figure to do. So I'll probably get my next project prepared for that. All right. No problem. No problem. Appreciate you stopping by. Do I use silicone for cells? Yes. Yes, I do. I'll put maybe a drop in. I do have actual silicone. And I have this other stuff that it cost $6, $7 at the time. Some kind of oil. It's what women use, but it does have silicone in it. And I'll use maybe a drop or two of that. The silicone that I do have is it's like WD-40. It comes with that little red nozzle thing, but it's just a couple of sprays. That's it. You don't put too much in there. The I mean, depending on the size cup you got, only a drop or two will work. Okay, the more silicone you put in there, the tinier the cells will become. All right, so no, I could put them in there. I used to do that too. All it is a dot of black paint. I could put them in there. And I probably would have thought about it if I wasn't distracted with people getting shot up. But yeah, I can put them in there. That's no big deal. I'll pop them right in there. nail holes actually help with the perspective. When you do the nail holes, you know, keep in mind you have to do them large enough because people usually don't see your painting 3 inches away. You know, you see it from about 5, 6 feet away usually. So make them large enough to where they can see them from a distance. From a distance. Oh, copyright strike. Okay. Yeah, Fatima, I was looking at your crazy question. I'm like, are there male jokes in the board? I said, what? But I caught it after a second. I think nail holes. So I don't know if you're using speech to chat or speech to text because it happens to me often. So last night's painting was 3 hours long. I think that whole hour was just me yabbing or listening to you guys talk. I guess I should put my name in there somewhere, huh? I guess that would, no. Uh, that's not it, is it? No, hell no, that's not it. That was wrong. Or, I had this off yesterday. Oh boy, this is not good. There you go. Wow, that's different. Boy, you can smell it too. Oof. Um, 2, 23. There we go. Well, I like this. What is this? This is good. I like this one. I have to find the white version of this or the silver. I mean, that stuff doesn't play around. I've had some of these paint markers for so long. As a matter of fact, what you're looking at is the gold paint for where I placed this board. It's the same gold I put on here for my signature. Okay, if there's not anything else, I think my camera, I think I have it set too dark. So I have to check the white balance and increase it for this camera. Because it's never really was that dark. And I think I did it because of the glare from it when I had that as the main camera. That camera, I believe, was the main camera here before I switched it over. So I have to readjust it for being in that corner looking at me over here. And I can do that afterward. I'm not really doing too much. All right. Sonya comes on at 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. So I'll more likely be looking. The news starts at 5 o'clock. I got 15 minutes. So if she does pop on, I'll look at her on the tablet or something. But I'll check out what the hell happened here today. Craziness. They probably won't have the guy's name until they contact the family or and see what the heck is going on and whatnot. So, oh, you are home. So you're going out at 5. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at the news and see who it is that got killed. So, this craziness. All right. Any more questions? No more questions. If not, I'll do the usual. I gotta take a picture of this. Actually, this is actually pretty good lighting to take a good snapshot of this. I gotta do the thumbnail and post on Instagram, post on Facebook, yada yada. Oh, I never did charge this thing, did I? It still seems pretty cool. But 6:30 to 7ish. No, that's plenty of time. All right. Yeah, around that time, either you'll be on the big screen, or yeah, if you're on the big screen, I'll probably be here getting ready for the next instruction series. Um, and I got to think about what subject to do and how to explain it and all that. Because I know Diana does do a lot of human figures, but she does do them at a certain height where you don't really see the legs, and they're in costume. So I have to check that out. I'll just have to think about it and see what I would like to do with it. It has to be large enough. Like she paints on something 3 times the size I do, and I don't have anything like that left. Um, but I can make it work with 16 by 20. So yeah, yeah, I know. You said what, 6:30 or 7. All right. Yeah. When you said it's almost paint time, I looked at the clock and it was at the time 4:45. So I assumed you were gonna go on at 5. So oh, it's almost that's right, Taco Thursday. Good God. That's right. I have a young man who I showed how to play the keyboards. He is now a sergeant in the police department. So, actually, there's 2 people, both of them musicians there, and I think they're both. Well, one's a cat, one's a sergeant. The other one, he just started. Maybe I don't even think he's been on the force for 2 years. But he's out there. He's not a Utica officer. He's next city over. So, unfortunately for him, when you're new like that, you get the graveyard. You get the crazy shifts for a while anyway. So, um, yeah. If she's still here, I don't know why she didn't post her link in the description, or post her link in the chat. You could have been posted your links in the chat. You got the wrench. While you're doing that, let me see what else we got going on here. Okay. I'm just looking to see if she's gonna post the link in for you. I'm giving her a chance. That's the one she's on now. And then the one above that is her Garden State paint, which I presume she'll be on that one a little bit later. So her paint channel and her RADJ channel's on there. And they're both on YouTube. Subscribe, click on the bell. And then YouTube decides whether or not they'll give the notifications if she's on. So, but all right, guys, let me go see how many people are gonna cry in front of the camera. Let me look at this devastating garbage that's happening here in this city. It's so embarrassing sometimes. Oh, I'll clean up the paint a little bit later. I gotta get my coffee going and pop on some lights because it is now really getting dark. Okay, guys, I shall see you when I see you. Thank you very much for stopping by and saying, hey, watch me paint this thing. There we go. Get this all queued up. All right. I shall see you when I see you.